Hey y'all, it's Ketia here, back on the crossover today. I have J Mike here
What's
on
good, y'all?
Save That PV. So J,
Save
yeah,
that PV. That's hard.
yeah, Save That PV. Of course, y'all, Save That PV is just a segment I'm doing to just walk around and ask PV students for their testimonies here and what God has basically done here on this campus. Just know that this is not of my own will, this is the will of the Lord. Disclaimer, it's the Holy Spirit tugging me to do stuff like this. This is not something I just want to do. So here we only give straight facts, we only give truth here, and these are different stories for y'all to tap into. So, J Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's good, y'all? My name is Jamichael. I go by J Mike for short. I'm a sophomore here, and yeah.
Good, good. So, just to start off, like, so how was like your upbringing? Like, where did you come from? How was it for you growing up, like your childhood?
Not gonna lie, kind of had a rough upbringing because my mom died when I was 8 years old. I was born in Sugar Land, but yeah, my
Okay.
mom died when I was 8 years old. Went to go stay with my dad after she died. Um, but like her whole death was like kind of like it struck me hard because while living with my mom, I also had three other siblings that I stayed with, and after she died, we just all split apart. So I really don't talk to my siblings now.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, regardless of the fact, leading up to me staying with my dad, it was just like a lot of um, I feel like this, a lot of custody battles when it comes to like how I would grow up, and
Mm.
at the end of the day, what it was my choice. So I chose to stay with my dad. Now, staying with my dad, hey, we grew up in the hood. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
North side of Houston, like Klein area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Acres Homes area. You know what that's at?
Not Echoes Homes.
Acres
Okay,
Homes, the
yeah, I know it.
Fofos.
Literally, I was just talking to my boys about that yesterday.
So
It's
yeah,
crazy.
grew up Fofo. It was this one neighborhood called Garden City. We had stayed with not my grandparents, but my dad's grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
So his grandmother is like she's very fragile, very small, very short, and his grandfather is in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
So the grandmother is taking care of the grandfather. They're both like 80, 90 years old. And my dad, he was just staying there because, well, we were just staying there because, like, we didn't have nowhere else to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also, like, helping out his grandmother at the end of the day. But while staying in, like, Garden City, man, I saw a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like this, it's the hood. The first time I got shot at when I was like I was 12 years old
Dang.
with my dad.
Dang.
So yeah, I got shot at with my dad. My dad was and on this record, it illegally says Mr. Society.
What?
Yeah, like his
Wow.
record stick. Actually, fun fact about my dad, he went to jail the day I was born for
Dang.
aggravated assault on a cop. So,
Oh.
and my dad, he was just a crash out. Like he was the YN back in the day.
Oh, wow.
So
Not the
yeah.
YN back in the day.
So when it comes to growing up and like in that environment, like it really taught me a lot for real. Um, my dad's, he couldn't really get a job because he was a felon. But at the same time, like he had to do what he had to do to like provide for us and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So but further down the line, we got kicked out his grandparents' house, which
Mm-hmm.
led to us being homeless now.
Mm-hmm.
So while being homeless, we were sleeping on trains, hospitals.
Wow.
They sleep under bridges and stuff like that. Um, Bouncing from hotel to hotel, all type of stuff. So that was even more like like a big weight on me already, on top of what I already been through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we was homeless. Yeah, we went to Conroe, Sugarland,
Mm-hmm.
Lufkin. Um, I personally went to Baton Rouge. I don't know where my dad was at. Eventually, but that's further down the line. So yeah, Conroe, Lufkin. We stayed at homeless shelters. We got kicked out of homeless shelters.
Wow.
Um, yeah, we was just thugging for real. So
Wow. Yeah.
next, um, yeah, we got kicked out of homeless shelters,
Mm-hmm.
and then while we was homeless, my dad actually went to jail. So I kind of like fend for myself,
Mm.
and while fending for myself, I was doing what I was like, what I saw myself being surrounded with. So
Mm.
um, selling drugs, robbing people. Um,
Mm.
during the midst of all that, like, bro, I didn't know God at all.
Right.
But at the same time, like my my dad, he had taught me everything in the world before God could. So that's one
Mm.
thing I really commend him for that, because I'd rather have it that way than any other way.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
Dang, that's deep. So with um I'm kind of visualizing God, of course, as our father. So with your father doing all of that and being the first one to show you all of that, how was the transition to finding like a new father? And that's, Christ in you. So how was that? Did you experience anything more with God, being your true father and showing you the righteous ways to go? How was that
Um,
transition?
I feel like this. Looking back on like everything I've been through, I realized that God was truly parenting me as I was growing up. So He was
Okay.
putting me through all this stuff so that He could make me into the person I am now.
Mm.
Because I feel like if I didn't go through all that, like I would be worse off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like it was just so many different experiences that like made me actually like appreciate life for what it is now.
Hmm.
So it's just God disciplines the children He loves, and I feel
Yeah.
like um, I just kind of had to go through that so I could, like, now it's just like, even though I've been through all that, most people would tell me that like they couldn't even see me going through all that. Like if
Really.
somebody would just look at me, that they wouldn't even like think that I've been through all that. So
Mm.
that's just kind of how God uses people and use their testimonies to further, I don't know, His kingdom.
Mm. That's good. That's good. So with the transition and going into PV, how was
Uh,
that? And you said you're sophomore,
I
so
am a
that's class of
sophomore.
27. So how was like your freshman year? Walk us through that. You coming in, you making your choice to come to PV. Like how was that?
So prior to going to PV, I had been to 13 different schools,
Oh.
smoking, drinking, popping pills, doing all that.
Hmm.
So to be honest, I came to PV because it was a party school,
Hmm.
and God had other plans. I met Jesus at PV actually, which is
Yes.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I came to PV because it was party school. First semester, I went to every party. I was staying in the square, which is
Yeah.
the good housing. Own room, on bathroom, on all that. No UC. Gotta share nothing. It's just all you. So at PV, even though I was doing all that stuff, like in the back of my mind, I was like, man, like I really want more in life. So,
Mm.
you know, failed all my classes. I had a 1.0 GPA.
Dang.
If I had a point .9, they would have kicked me out actually.
Yeah.
And like I ain't
That's
find that
crazy.
out until like after the fact.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, I ain't find that out until after the fact, which is kind of crazy because like I was
Mhm.
this close to like not even being here for real.
Yeah.
But that shows how graceful God is. It
Mm.
really shows His character, because I was really asking God like for another chance
Mhm.
while I was doing all the stuff I was doing. But now, um, so yeah, that's first semester wrapped up. Second
Mhm.
semester, I started hanging around Chi Alpha, and
Mm.
which Chi Alpha, they really started making me think about God in a different way,
Mm.
because they made me realize how powerful community is, and also
Mm.
how devoted you have to be with your walk with God. So, PV Alpha is it's a lot of people in there, a lot of good people in there actually.
Yeah.
This man named Tyrese, and
Oh, Ty.
yeah,
Period.
Tyrese, he graduated now, but he is the one who really got me where I'm at with my relationship with God.
Mhm.
And I'll say, I feel like this. When it comes to my relationship, like growing throughout me being at PV,
Mm.
it's been a complete 180, because I just told you about my first semester. Second semester, I got baptized actually, and
Oh.
I started taking my relationship with God like seriously, like above all things.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey for real.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So, how did Jesus show up in your life? Like for the first time, how was it
Um,
like, oh, this is God for real? How did Jesus show up for you?
and like Jesus been showing in my life,
Right.
especially like when it comes to my upbringing,
Mhm.
because when I look back, like after all I've been through, like there's no way that I'm supposed to be here right now. Like it was at
Yeah.
one point where I didn't expect to graduate high school,
Mm.
so it's just the fact how like I'm still getting blessed, and I'm still advancing towards life,
Mhm.
and allowing God to make those changes throughout my life from the inside
Yeah.
out. So, God's will is kind of crazy, because, like I said, I didn't expect to graduate high school, more or less graduate college.
Yeah.
So it's been it's been crazy, because homelessness, getting shot at, popping
Mm.
pills, smoking, drinking, doing all that stuff at a very young age, until like last year. It's like so many things could have went wrong in my life, and that God just said no. I'm gonna leave line 9 and come get you.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Leave that 99 company. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So how do you feel now? And how do you feel now? And also what do you have to tell like those at PV who are still going through the world, going through the motions, going to the parties, smoking, drinking, having sex, doing all the things? What do you have to say to those? Yeah, what advice would you give to them?
um, I would say to really try God, because um that was the mindset I really had when I first started taking God seriously,
Mhm.
because I was trying everything else in this world, and it wasn't feeling that endless void that God could fill.
Mhm.
So really just give God a try, and when you're at your lowest, nobody else gonna be there. No pill, no drug, no drink, no nothing. It's all gonna be for vain. It's all gonna leave you unsatisfied at the end of the day. So, but
Mhm.
God, like, He'll renew you from the inside out
Mhm.
and change your heart. That way, you won't even need all those things that you think you need to cope with whatever you're going through.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. That's so good. Oh my gosh. Ah,
yeah,
that's so okay. Period. That is good.
nah, God is good.
Because especially with young men today or even just men in general today, I know y'all fight the struggle of trying to be strong, trying to do all this, trying
Yeah.
to do all that. But it's like to even say like just let God be the God, literally.
Hmm.
Just let God be God and let him take over and let him do what he needs to do so that you can strive to be what he has called you to be. So that is good. That is good. Oh,
Yeah, life's crazy for real.
yeah. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Um, so how is it now? How's your walk now?
My walk with God is better than ever.
Hmm.
Um, no, we all still have struggles. We all still get temptations or whatever. But
Yeah.
as long as we keep on turning back to God and not giving up on God, like
Hmm.
if as long as you have that mindset, you're gonna and let God grow and be obedient to like what He's telling you to do.
Be obedient.
Everything's gonna be all right. But no,
Yeah. But also know that this walk to life is not easy, but
yeah, it gets harder. Like once you
yeah.
actually start letting God do what He needs to do and like allowing Him to change you, like it gets I don't know which one's harder, going through homelessness or like actually you know going to walk with God for real, because
Mm,
spiritual warfare is crazy.
it is. Do you ever get even temptations to go back, or even just like those little bitty voices that are like, do this, do that, or come on, you know?
Yeah, not gonna lie, we all do for real. So like it's really
Hmm.
just allowing God to drown out those voices in your head that allow you
Yeah.
to, fulfill that temptation, fulfill the action that makes you sin. It's just
Mm.
it's hard, but like that's how much you need to be in His Word, so that
Mm.
you won't fall short to those voices. You won't listen to those voices because those voices are not of God.
Amen. Yeah.
But actually, like um, when I first started taking God seriously, I had crazy sleep paralysis. And I
Oh,
heard
wow.
voices laughing at me because I was trying to,
Wow.
live for God. It was, and like once I made that commitment, that promise to God that I would never give up on Him. It was like every time I went to sleep, it was just sleep paralysis.
Wow.
Can't breathe. I'm finna laugh at you that you're trying to get closer to God, but it's not gonna
Wow.
work. At the end of the day, like
Wow.
that's the enemy for real. Like
Yeah.
you can't you can't allow the enemy to like discourage you because the enemy already lost.
Hmm.
He's trying to bring you
Amen.
with him
Yeah.
for real.
That's crazy. So were you like praying and fasting, doing all the things just to cut
Uh,
that?
I was at first I was scared because like bro, this how I know that like God is real for real because
Hmm.
there's no way I'm getting attacked as soon as I started taking my relationship with God seriously. So that was just
Hmm.
like another confirmation that like, wow, this is actually real.
Hmm.
And I actually called Ty about it, and
Hmm.
he was telling me like what do I have to do to not let the enemy into my mind and like
Hmm.
believe what they're saying, believe like and hear those voices. And it was just I made a commitment to
Hmm.
like really dwell in His Word for real, even though I was going through all that, even though I was getting little discouraged because I never been through nothing like that, especially like spiritually.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was just
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy. I definitely can relate because even just a few months ago when the Lord was really showing me things, because I'm definitely a dreamer. I'm a visionary. Like
Mm,
I see a lot. So there was a point in time where I had trouble with, well, even still, I had trouble with like sexual immorality and lust.
mm,
And anytime the enemy would try to attack me would be like through rape. And I would
mm,
have dreams of that. And like I would wake up like
yeah.
like dang.
Wow.
Like that
That's
would be the one
crazy.
way that he will attack me. And I'd be like, dang.
That's so wild.
Yeah. But definitely prayer does work because those I had to get on a call with my mom and my sister, like, y'all, we gotta pray about this because there's no way I'm going to sleep without it. Like there's no way.
Nah, for
Because I
real.
will stay up. I'm the type I'll stay up and not go to sleep. Because if I go to sleep and I'm being attacked like that, no.
Yeah.
But that's real. That's real. Definitely spiritual warfare is a real thing. That's why prayer, I feel like it's always needed. And yes, being in your word is always needed because even the word can reside in your heart. Because
Hmm.
those dreams that I had, that I could be speaking in tongues and doing all this too, and even like my sister and stuff, she would have the word of God. I'd be like, girl, how do you know to say that in your dream?
Yeah.
But if it's in your heart and in your mind, like it stays there. That's that's
That's
good.
true.
That's good. Dang. And that's crazy. Sleep paralysis always. wanted to know the sleep analysis thing. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's something I would never go through again.
Mm,
But
that's good though. The Lord definitely gonna do the work. That's good. So how are you? I know you're a small group leader.
I am,
Period. With what, Malachi?
yeah, Malachi.
Okay. So how are you leading them? Because I feel like y'all have like a very good, diverse group of boys.
Hmm.
I seen. So how are you, leading with them?
To be honest, no, I didn't do DTC, so I'm kind of
Oh,
just,
really?
yeah,
You
I'm just
showed it because
doing
that
this.
show was there.
I'm doing this on
Okay.
the fly. Um, I mean, you know, after I took my relationship with God seriously, like
Mhm.
actually tried to grow with God actively. Well, just even before, like when I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a pastor, like spread God's word,
Really?
which is kind of crazy because like I was living such a like
Yeah, crazy
lukewarm
life.
or bad
Yeah.
life. So just the opportunity of being a small group leader and like teaching other people was like, I mean, it's God handing his hand out, like
Mhm.
it's just allowed to it's up to me to like actually accept the opportunity that he's given me. So at first I was gonna do it, not gonna lie to you, but I was just saying like, man, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
it's there, and I know I want to be this in the future. So like, why not take that
Mm.
little stepping stone
Yeah.
to do what I need to do?
That's
When it
good.
comes to leading,
Mhm.
to be honest, like I'm confident in my guys'
Mhm.
growth, but like as a leader, it's just so much you gotta do. Like it's so many different pathways you can take to leading somebody towards God because
Mhm.
everybody walk is different. How everybody comes to God is different. So it's really just the realization that like things take
Mhm.
time. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's good. That's good. Well, J Mike, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your testimony. I really do hope and I really do pray that it reaches my YNs out there. When,
YNs.
but even just people, even just these students on campus too, because I know going to PV, we got a culture, of course,
We do.
Black culture, but you can still break out of that culture and it's possible to find him even here. I really don't want people to just think that PV is just a party school. Yes, you can be productive. Yes, you can do this. But just like, Jesus showed up for J Mike, Jesus has
Mhm.
also showed up for me um, at this place, very own place, for real. But thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
That's good. That's
Man.
good. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, y'all.